This is Greg Daniels.
Greg, how long you been vending for at Wrigley or elsewhere?
You know what? This is my 42nd year. I started as a little kid of 16 years old selling popcorn at Comiskey Park. I grew up in Evanston and took the train out to Comiskey Park for years and years.
You've been doing this for over 4 decades. What would you say is your favorite part about vending?
You know what I love about this place? I have a great time here all the time. It's like playing basketball. You're your own entrepreneur. You can out-hustle. So I have a great time interacting with the fans. My favorite part of it is, kibitzing with the fans and letting them feel how cold the beers are or talking to them about sports. So I'm all about fans and interacting with them. That's why I'm not really the highest beer vendor around, because I
spend too much time chatting.
Right.
In your 40 years vending, do you have a favorite memory either at Wrigley or elsewhere in Chicago during your time as a vendor?
One memory, I was an 18-year-old little kid. I made my first $100 at a soccer game, World Cup, I believe, selling Powerade. I had some interesting experiences at the stadium. I was in the building when Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan beat Charles Barkley for one of the three-peats, and so I was in the building for a couple of those championship games with the streamers coming down. I had one interaction with Scottie Pippen once underneath the building at, I don't know which park, if it was the stadium or the United Center. But I remember Scottie was downstairs underneath, and I went next to him about this close, and I said, "Scottie!" And I looked way up here and put my hand out, and Scottie Pippen left me hanging, but he was right there.
Finally, to conclude, do you have a piece of life advice for the people watching?
Yes, you know what? I think it is integrity and being honest and being kind. So I always go out of my way for these fans. If I bump into someone, I always say, "Excuse me, are you okay?" Or if I see someone's wallet on the ground with cash hanging out of it, I pick it up and give it to the fan.
Lovely. Well, Greg, it's been an absolute pleasure. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to share?
This is another funny thing. So I've been here for 40 years. I was an Evanston school teacher for 30. So I have I was a kindergarten teacher, and I run into people here, bearded people who remember me, Mr. Daniels, and hug me, and all these parents who appreciate me. So every day or all the time, I run into people here that I know and that I taught 20-something years ago. And they all, remember the impact that I put down.
A pleasure. And keep an eye out for him in the seats.
Thank you. And go Cubs.
Go Cubs.